appreciate this, but I did say to you, I just want to get together, go through your corn placement plans, have a burger, do something simple like McDonald's. This is one of the fanciest places in Madrid. Christ. I know they do burgers. Have you seen them though? They're about that big. Tiny, artsy, fartsy little tidgy-widgy burgers. I'm starving. I'll have a look at the menu. Oh, my phone. It's just gone off. It's an unknown number. Video message. Do you think this could be it? Do you think this is our rich benefactor? Let's find out.
Hello, my friend. It's me, EP. That's right. Despite Greeno's best efforts, I'm alive and well. The question you're no doubt asking yourself is, how? Well, dude, I'm very rich. Very, very rich. Unlike all rich men, very rich. I use doppelgangers for just about everything. I have one to look after the wife, one who went to the office, one to clean my cars. Hell, I even had one to listen to Greeno. Why? Well, let's be honest. Listening to Greeno could be painful. Painful. Naturally, though, when one of my doppelgangers was murdered, I had to go underground. I have a number of secret bunkers, and I've been living them for the past few years. Now, I know Greeno's dead. Yeah, sucker. But I also know there's a mystery figure out there trying to cause you pain. So for now, I feel it's best I stay hidden. That being said, I'm still in contact with the outside world. And once I saw you're back in management, I knew I had to help one of my last surviving friends. I'm rich. I'm very rich. And I thought, what better way than to become your rich benefactor? And it's me that's been paying for your apartments and just helped you get that Getafe job. It's a pleasure. I'll keep looking out for you, and I'll do everything in my power to find out who this mystery shadowy figure is. For now, matey, sit tight, concentrate on your job, and I'll be in touch again soon. Oh, and by the way, say hi to the CCPO for me. I hope time has been a healer in our relationship. CP out.
CP's alive. Oh, CP, my old friend, isn't dead. That's the best news we've had in ages. Don't look at me like that. I know you hate him, and I know you were happy when we thought he was dead because he stole your girlfriend, but all that did was prove that she wasn't the right one for you. He's done loads for us in the past, loads for me, my wife, my kids. He took a bad girl off you. I think he did you a favour with that, to be fair. And having some shadowy figure out there trying to cause us and our friends harm, and then having someone like CP to help and support us, it's like bringing balance back to the world. Oh, seriously, I think this season's going to be epic, and I'm actually quite peckish now. I think I might have one of those little artsy-fartsy teeny-weeny burgers. In fact, order me 10. Hello, I'm Bood, and welcome to episode 10 of The Road to Anywhere. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you do the good stuff, smash the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do like this latest adventure on my Journeyman series. So, what a summer. What fun I've had. It's me in my element, this is me when I really get excited about playing the game and getting to do the things I really want to do, and I think I've done some really good stuff. You can't always do what you want, you can't always get the players you want, but you know, if you have enough leagues running and you do enough scouting, you will find some gems. WONDERKIDS or not. Will it work for me? I don't know. Building young teams has worked for me in the past, but we'll have to wait and see. But what I needed to do was offload quite a bit, and I was quite surprised how much I offloaded. Couldn't get rid of everyone. Stuck a couple down in the B team. I've had to sell a few players for a bit less than they were worth, but I wanted to clear the decks. I wanted to make this team my own. They wouldn't let me improve the staff, although they do later on in the season, because right now the only thing they said yes to was improving the training facilities. The bank balance looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? I think I made a good 80 million, probably spent around 80 million, a bit more laid on. Some of these deals are stretched out, you know how it works. But you know, you get quite a good chunk of money. And I think we got so much money for TV rights with an initial instant payment of 25 million. So that really helped. The other thing that helped was they upped my salary cap for my 25-man first team squad to 725 grand. I think it's close to a 200 grand increase, and that was going to be massive. And I haven't used it all. I'm being quite clever. with my money, kind of keep them wages down. And I made sure every single player I've signed, I mean, I've probably lost out on one or two, has £150 million minimum fee. No one's going to get took away from me unless someone's going to pay mega money. Now, I always have to cram a lot into these episodes, especially the Road to Anywhere, because we have the story involved as well. But I'm going to try something in. I'm going to try and fit something in, a very quick slideshow going through the guys I got rid of. Starting with Gill, who I got 7.5 million for, going up to 10 million. Next up, it was Russo. I got 5.25 million for him. Up next, it's Kuyate. That's what I'm going for. 3.2 million. Alvarez was next. Got a chunk of change for this kid. 14 million. El Hilali, only 1.5, but I'll take it. Iglesias, I got 5.75 for. Mahia, 4.7. Alina, top player. I think he was the captain. Solid, but very old. 4.2. Cristo, 1.4. He's a youth player. Roman, decent player. Played for me for the second half of the season. I got 4 million for. A big one for me. He was in a bit of a battle. I don't know why. He looks alright-ish. Wolves came in for him. So did Forest. Forest won the battle and paid 18.75. Fernandez was next, 6.5. And last but not least, I got 10 million eventually for Coral. So I, of course, went to work building a team. And like I said, it was fun. I missed out on a few. Couldn't afford a few of these minimum fees. Got outbid by a few Premier League teams of some absolute class. Might have picked up a wonder kid or two. I know, but I've gone down that road of a couple of youth players, really. Good young players. Wonder kid or not, I don't care. I was looking for particular attributes. People who really wanted to come to Getafe. And I'm really happy, so should we try and get through this? Starting with David, backup keeper last year. Probably going to be backup this year, but he's got tons of potential. My new keeper is Leandro. He's going to cost me 10 million eventually from Flamengo. They actually had two wonderkid goalkeepers. The other one was leaps and bounds better. There was another one who was better in Argentina. Couldn't get him either. He went somewhere else. He's a mercenary, but he was a wonderkid. Not since he signed for us, but Greeno, who's not dead in real life, will absolutely love him. Check how tall he is, Greeno. At right back, I've kept Juan Lu, who can play all down the right, but played right back for me at the end of last season. Good, solid pro. His understudy is Haritis Diaz, who is only 19. He's Spanish. Only cost me 2.8. Now, he's nothing majorly special. He had a minimum fee. Over to left back, and my potential starter is Mateusz Pietras, Polish. 21-year-old, got him from Juventus. He was actually up for sale for 10 million quid, and that's what we've paid. His value shot up. I don't know why he was up for sale. I don't know if I'm missing something. Another bargain and another reason why having the African leagues on is pretty cool. We've got Andile Fortune. 475 grand minimum fee. On to my centre halves, and we've loaned in Jose Diaz, who looks really good from FC Porto. We've signed 21-year-old Italian Carlo Volpez on a free. I brought in Cyril Basala for 9 million potentially. I liked him. Scouts quite liked him, but he does struggle. Got João Paulo, Belgian, 5 million minimum fee. But my big purchase was Marco Oraskanin, 21. These names, Dutch. This is going to be potentially 20 million quid. Central midfield could maybe be my weakest area, maybe. But this is a work in progress. I've promoted Francisco Jesus from Getafe B. I've signed Matthias Jacobson for 6.5 million. Again, he's not a wonder kid or a world beater, but he's got some skill. He's currently injured, but he was great for me last year. He's staying for this year. I might move him on next. It's Joshua Kitolano. And then my potential best player, I like him. Only cost me 6.75 million minimum fee again. I love minimum fees. I love him. He's 19. There's a lot better players than him out there, but apparently he's a wonder kid. When it comes to my attacking midfielder, the guy who plays behind the striker, I'm sticking with what I had because they're young and they've got potential, starting with David Perez. And Javier, who's wanted by some big teams because he's really good. He's only got 4-star potential, but he was fantastic for me last season. But I did feel my midfield was light, and when I saw Juan Pablo de Orsi on loan for Spurs, I thought, why not? On the right, you might remember a couple of my loans carried over into the next season, starting with Cosmin Petra from Schalke. He's still here, still a wonder kid, but this is where having some South American knowledge helps, because Argentina and places like that are absolutely fantastic. This kid, £7 million minimum fee. Over to the left, and one of my other loans that carried over is Valentin Boulet, who again, star rating don't blow you away. He's 23, probably going to be 24 soonish. But I think he's a good, solid player. From one of my favourite teams of all time, Boca Juniors, who've got some stars. Obviously, I think of the foreigners. I had to try and go for certain players who have passports. We've signed Facundo Suarez for £10.75 million minimum fee. And I didn't really think we were going to get him because he said there's better offers out there. None of them materialised, and I've got a fantastic left winger. Probably one of the remaining 3 older players with Joan Lu and the midfielder Kitolano is Abel Ruiz, who's been really good for this club. Nearly a goal every other game. Was good for me last year. Can cover all over the front. Now, when it came to young strikers, there are lots of them. I either can't afford them or they don't want to come. So you just start working your way down the list, start decreasing the attributes you're looking for. And the guy that came up who was interesting was Rico Berza. Now, it's going to cost me 40 million. I probably paid about 10, but it could go up to 40. Goals scored, internationals, appearances, competitions won, potential future fees, but he was the best I could get. Now, I'd like him to be a bit quicker. He's never really been too prolific over the last few years for Freiburg. Like, pretty shit. But this is my tactic and me. I was hoping he'd do bits for me. And then I was just looking, as you do, and I saw that Dean Martin, because it was quite late in the transfer window, hadn't been picked up yet. And he's, again, not a world breaker, world beater, but he's Scottish. I am part Scottish. I like a bit of Scottish. Hibs had released him. He's done quite well in Scotland. He's got some decent attributes, totally free. And the bookies have us in 10th. I can beat that. But Barcelona are amazing. Right, they're going to be amazing this year. I think Real Madrid have got better players. But Barcelona are definitely the team to beat. But I'm not thinking anything. We came in halfway through last year. They were 16th, I think. You know, we got them a few places higher. We stayed in the league. We stayed in the cup for a little bit. But I was with someone else's team. I just brought in some loanees. Now, I mean, what have I signed? 1, maybe 2 Wonderkids. Maybe even just 1. The rest of them are just good young players. But players who wanted to come here. Players who are happy to lock the futures into this club for the next few years. Players I can see things in. I've played this game so long. I know what I'm looking for. I've had so much success with young teams, but I don't think this ain't going to be like instant, boom, going to win La Liga. But I can already see in that squad that's down there on me pad, if you're wondering where I'm looking, where I want to improve it next year. So when it came to pre-season, I set it up. Didn't play the games and very rarely play friendlies. I just got too much stuff to do. Let my assistant have a crack, improve his skills. Got business to make. But I set up a game against Middlesbrough. They were just one of the better teams available on that day. And then we went on a tour to my favourite place to go on a tour, the United States of America. I played 3 averagey teams. I love playing Indy 11. Well, by January the 4th, you can see the money's coming down because obviously we are paying more out in wages and some of them transfers I am paying for as the season goes on, but I'm fine with that. I think even if we end up in the red, we won't be too much in the red. You get decent money, and there's some things I can sell here, and I think there's some players that will go. I also loan out a few players in January, youth players in the B team, just to try and get the wages down a bit, spend a little bit less, but I'm not worried about that because I think I've got, I'd say about 75, nearly 80% of that team I like. I just want a few little bits, like a right back, central midfielder, maybe a forward player, something like that. Because by the 4th of Jan, we were 10th. Now, we have fluctuated. We've been up to 5th at this point as well. And it is quite close. Drawing a few games. We're a bit shit in defence sometimes. It took me goalkeeper. I'll tell you now, Leandro, he's massive. And he started off quite shaky. He let in some goals. It was definitely his fault. Look, watching the games, it was like, what are you doing? But he does really come into his own towards the end of the season. Defensively, it takes a bit to get sorted. And do we ever? I don't know. But we have some special players and we scored some really special goals and played some really good football. Now, we did start really well, but you can kind of tell, look, 5-3, 3-2, then 2-2, 2-2. Then we beat Sevilla, which is a great result, 1-0. That was a shocker. We shouldn't have got beat there. But, you know, they're young and they're obviously learning how to play with each other. Because they do, don't they? They get better and better. Drew with Villarreal, you can see we're letting in goals. Some of these games we should have won and we've let ourselves down. Drew with Valencia. I mean, getting this far to Real Betis and I've only been beat once. He's great. And then again, like the end of last season, I get Barcelona and Real Madrid back to back. Like, they're young, aren't they? I get excited by young teams. I know what they can do, and I think I've proven that. I know I've always stayed away from older guys, but I think in the right situation it works. Like when I was in Ecuador, and we signed Falcon for 6 months, and he was a fucking beast. There's certain times when it works, but I do think you get a young team, and they don't have to be wonder kids, just good young players, the right attitude, and you can do all right. Although the star striker, one of the promises apparently made him when I signed him was that improved the coaching team, which I do. But he still gets pissed off with me. So at the start of the season, I had 9 coaches, so I improved it, and he's fucking moaning. 12 coaches. I think I got more scouts in as well. Got a really good Brazilian one in. That's what I'm doing at the minute, scouting the hell out of South America, mainly Argentina, Brazil, because you can find bargains. Obviously Africa a bit, and Europe, and then let them do a bit of their own stuff, and all the Spanish. So that my scouts, I'll be honest, are getting worked to death. And when you do it, it gets annoying because your news feed sometimes, it's just, you've got to get through about 40 messages. Scout report, scout report, scout report, scout report. Jumping forward 14 days, I got my first job offer for a national job, which is always quite cool. I quite like it. It shows you're doing the right things. And if the time was right, maybe, although I have been USA manager on the road to anywhere at some point. I think I've been Holland manager at some point, Portugal and USA. It's now the 25th of Feb, and we're here for a specific reason. Quickly look at the finances. You can see the money is dwindling a bit. I'm all right with that. It's a Copa del Rey. Now, I'm going to show you all the results in one go in a minute, but I need to take you to the semi-final because I basically was just concentrating on the league, and I had a bit of luck with who was coming up against. I was just playing like technically a B team, players who need to come back from fitness or weren't getting the games, and I coasted my way all the way to the semis, where I faced Barcelona over 2 legs. This is a classic FM because they are an unbelievable team, and we are nowhere near them yet. And we went to their stadium, right? And I don't know how I did this because, you know, they had goals disallowed, fair enough. They absolutely mullered us, but we nicked a goal. And then reality, wham bam, slams you in the face and pokes you right up the bumhole. I won't really take it seriously. I couldn't believe I got that far by playing a B-ish team. I mean, look. I mean, who are they? You maybe can tell by the players on the wherever side it is on the screen. Almeria went for it. Real Valladolid, they're in the 2nd division. I got them in the quarters. I'm like, I'm B-teaming this. And if you're looking at the top of the screen, you can see we've gone up to 5th European spot, and we're not far off. Champions League spot. Let's now jump forward to the 12th of April. You see, we're now in the red. It'll be good. Where are we in the league? We're 5th. 31 games. We've got 2 games in hand. Champions League is looking like a reality. Not just European football. I mean, look at the turn of the year. What a start to 2032. Beating Levante, beating Sevilla, beating Almeria, beating Eibar, is it? Then we got beat off Real Sociedad. Fair bloody dues. We beat Valencia 5-0, beat them 3-2, drew with Betis, drew with Barcelona. You see what's next? That winning a cup final, that is a moment of joy. And Ruiz, who's been like a bit part spare player, had to play, only came on and went, why are you not giving me a new contract? Have a hat-trick. You can see Abel Ruiz, he's still wanted, but no one's come in for him. It's April. Normally he'd have a pre-contract sorted out. I really don't know what to do about it because he is decent. He's older though. How do I get a young player? I know he's 32, Spanish, and he does bits. But I really think if I got rid of that 53 grand, I could find a young, exciting player, and that's what I want, this youthful team. As good as he is, as good as he's been. But I'm still like that. I'm on the fence. But like you see, I'm just scouting. Now, this is just my default shortlist, not one of my specific ones, just to show you. If you look how little that is, you can see, look, how much I'm doing. Now, obviously, we're going down into the Bs there, but there is a good chunk of players here. Good values. Obviously, I've only got 3 foreigner spots, and they're all taken up by young players who are here permanently. So, you know, I might not be able to raid a few of these clubs, but there's a lot of players out there in South America that have passports for some reason. So I've got 7 games left to play. I've played quite a few of them. How's it go? Do we finish strong? Or do we shit ourselves? Well, we started shaky. We drew 0-0 with Espanyol. I then got beat off Atletico Madrid. And you can see I'm starting to give Ruiz a chance. But then it was 3-2 against Malaga. 4-1 against the Spanish Man City. 3-1 against Villarreal. And then 4-2 away against Granada. With one game left to play, which is going to be the live comp. Where are we now? I kind of like sometimes to save it for drama, but, you know, always enjoying myself. We're third. Third. All right. Only lost 5, but drawn 12, 120, 72 points. 30 points behind Barcelona, but only 7 behind Real Madrid. That shows you how good Barca bloody Lona are. But third, and secured me Champions League spot. Now I was getting a bit giddy and I was trying to hopefully maybe going to save it for a Champions League decider, but I didn't. I didn't. Anyway, so we're going to be playing Real Sporting, who are 16th. Well, let's go. Champions League is secure, but I do want to end with a win. We should be beating these. I'm hoping some of them show you what I've seen in them all season. Welcome to the Coliseum, which apparently was called the Coliseum for Alfonso something, but he said something bad against women. He's one of them dudes, so they've took his name off it. So it is just the Coliseum. I've been able to put out what I think has probably been my best team for the season as well. Real Sporting are kicking off. So yeah, Barcelona, how good are they? How have they become so good when they were so skint at the beginning of the game? But they have a force. I mean, over 100 points, miles away from Real Madrid. The fact that we're close to Real Madrid, I think's insane when you look at some of their players, and it gives me a lot of faith and hope because, you know, they've had a season together. The majority of these lads, they're all young. They're going to be a year older, a year better, and if we can get a few extra little bits, depending on finances, like it depends on finances. I really think we can make a team that can stay a top 4 side. Do I think I can ever win La Liga? I don't know, because I don't know how long I'm going to be. It's a journeyman, but when I get a young side, I like the idea of next year adding a few pieces, getting into the Champions League, seeing what we can do there, and then do another year, see if they can improve, try and pick up a cup. Would be exciting. I mean, we've got to the semis this year. You probably need a bit more luck, maybe dodge one of the bigger teams, because it can happen, but you never know. And the Champions League is exciting. We get some good money for that, but I think it'd have been better for us if we're in Europa League or even the Conference, because, you know, you got more realistic chance of winning that. There he is, Berza. How good is it that my friend CP isn't dead? I mean, from what we saw in the news in the last series, he was blown up in his Ferrari outside his London house by a bazooka, which it turned out to be Mr. Wolf on the orders of Greeno. Because, get in, Javier! But you might not remember, but CP found out that Greeno also ordered Mr. Wolf to kill his girlfriend, Anna Marie, who was also the CCPO's previous girlfriend. And when he found that out, he used his money to lure Greeno in to a money-making scheme. Greeno, being as greedy as he was, fell for it, lost all his money, and got angry, ordered Mr. Wolf to have him murdered, and then couldn't pay Mr. Wolf for all the work he'd been getting him to do for him. So Mr. Wolf eventually killed Greeno at the end of the last series by blowing him up in his car with a bazooka. Loved a bazooka. Did old Mr. Wolf. I wonder what happened to Mr. Wolf. Don't hear him, man. You don't hear anything about him, do you? Maybe all that money he retired. I don't know. Maybe he's out there killing people for fun. Could he be this shadowy figure, Mr. Wolf? I don't know. Anyway, here's Yuan Lu to Javier. Corner ball, Gomez to take. I do like me Argentinian wingers. Oh, there you go. There's a man on fire today. So here we are at the Coliseum. What a name. 3-0. Total domination. Great way to go out. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. Yeah, there was a central midfielder at Boca as well who had an Italian passport, Argentinian, and I'm not seeing him on one of my searches, but when I was getting with my lad, is it the Suarez guy I got from Boca, I was looking at the squad and I was looking through some of the players and he looked absolutely amazing. Minimum fee was affordable. I was like, oh, this guy looks sexual. No interest in coming to Getafe, but now we're a Champions League team. Levels could get up, and there he is, Diorsi. Can we actually keep a clean sheet? That's one thing I think I need to improve that defence, because we've got Orascanin is great. The rest of them are a bit... The Salah really haven't worked out. One of them's on loan. He's been great for me. Is it Diaz? But he's on loan. And the rest have been a bit... I mean, I've got a lad called Volpez, who can also play defensive midfielder. I don't know. I think I need another top centre half. Having CP around, I thought I had to wear my Switzerland shirt. The real CP in real life is one of the best guys I know. I have met him. I've known him now for years. His wife is amazing. She is honestly amazing. And there you go. Goal for them. You can't keep a clean sheet. Oh, highlight from kickoff. She's a movie director out in like Saudi Arabia and Dubai and everything. And she's a woman, so it's a really tough industry for her to break into. She's just brought out her first feature film. She's worked on 1 million adverts. She's got her own wiki page. She's done TED Talks. And CP is a fantastic career himself, and always baffles me how someone like him watches me. But we've become great friends over the years. He actually bought me this for the World Cup. He bought me kids versions as well. I mean, he sent hats for the boys. He's done loads for me. He's a patron as well, a fantastic patron and a fantastic friend. And when it comes to the story of the road to anywhere, I'm glad that at least one of my friends survived, because they're all dead. Even Greeno was my friend once. Dude's dead. We'll see what happens for all that the way. I've made a good couple of changes. 4. And there's one of them. Petra, whose contract was going to come to an end. I could have signed him, but then Schalke have decided to extend it by 3 years. It'll be a big loss. There's some big losses there. Petra. Boulet's been a handy player to have. He's a left winger I've got on loan. We can't keep clean sheets. 5-2, a bit disappointed. We just can't keep clean sheets to save our life. But we scored 5. We played pretty well, created loads of chances. I'm happy for the boys. We deserve this. And we finished 3rd. Alves, Levante and Eibar, is it? They've been relegated. Villarreal are in the Champions League. They won the Europa League. Fair play to them. So we're now on the 1st of June, and even though Real Madrid won the Champions League, beating my beloved Manchester United, they sacked the manager. How mad's that club? And brought in Thomas Tuchel. Now we're looking at this page on the Conference League only because someone asked in the comments, how did that team that knocked you out when I was in Slovakia do? Because we were in the semis, remember? Well, they went on and won it. Barcelona have done the domestic double because they won the Copa del Rey. Look at that for a crazy ass game. So we know there's work to do. There's loans to maybe try and redo or replace. I might have to use a few loans to be fair, but I'm okay with that. Hopefully I can pick up a few more younger players on good minimum fees, good prices, good solid players. We'll see what happens with the 3 older boys, but if you look at Rico Bazur, he's only 23. The rest of them are young and exciting and could only get better. Abel, no one's come in for him yet, but Forest are after him, and some teams from Saudi, I think. It's been great, but I think it's time to move on and keep it fresh. And I won Manager of the Year. So bloody should, after all the graft I've put in. But as always, thanks for watching. You know I love you long time. Make sure you help support me and help me fight the evil YouTube algorithm by smashing the thumbs up, writing down a comment, which I'm going to catch up on this weekend, hopefully. Subscribe if you're new. If you haven't subscribed yet, come and join the family. Hit that bell as well, and you'll never miss an episode of The Road to Anywhere. So, you stay happy, you stay safe. Do not go missing, because the next one could be amazing. Not just story-wise. We've got Champions League football with a cracking Getafe team. So hopefully I'll see you then. You take care, man. I'll see you next time. You know what, pal? We are the dynamic duo. No one comes close to Bood FM and his trusty CCPO. What a season. We were on fire. I really believe that CP coming out of nowhere, having one of our friends come back from the dead, just revitalised me. Listen, I know you hate him. Come on, man. He's going to pay for a holiday for us. We're going to have a summer trip of a lifetime. Just enjoy it. There's no way he's a bad guy. You need to chill out on it, mate. Seriously, just enjoy 3 holidays, this beautiful apartment. Stop stressing out, because things are on the up, mate. We've got Champions League football to look forward to. So you, although we're going on holiday, need to really focus on your current placement. I need you to go up a level. I know you've gone up a level a million times before, but I know you've got it in the tank. So get over the CP thing, right? And get packing, because we're going.
Come along, Mr. Wolf. There is work to be done.